Good afternoon, Professor Yemi, and welcome back to the platform. You have been one of the most frequent speakers at the platform. I'd really like to find out from you, what is your impression of the impact that the platform has had on Nigerians?
Well, I think in the first place, the fact that it is publicized practically all over the nation, and the publicity is professional, it's sustained, ensures that everyone pays attention to what goes on here on October 1st. As a matter of fact, you'll find that by and large, a good many people tune in on October 1st to television because they think that they might hear something useful or something sensible. So I think it's had tremendous impact, even from the point of view of just focusing on issues and getting Nigerians to focus on issues. Usually October 1st is another public holiday. We do our parades, we wander around the place, hear the president speak or maybe a state governor speak. But when October 1st has now become a place where Nigerians interrogate the issues that are important to them, I think it has a tremendous impact. I think that has had tremendous impact, yes.
Now, you've also talked about social expenditure, particularly at state government levels, and using it as a quick win to actually solve poverty. But you've also acknowledged the fact that it has long-term adverse impacts as well.
Yes.
So how do you know when to stop, really?
Well, I think that social expenditure is, first of all, depending on what. I divided my submissions to two. There's a part of social expenditure as a quick intervention. There's a part of it that continues because the problems do not let up. For example, employing 20,000 graduates by a state government in one day, right? And also helping those people, training them, is a short-term intervention because when people do not go to work at all, when they have no means of income, and they live in a community, they have no means of income, they are a social problem, they're also an economic problem. So the state government decides, okay, we're going to give these guys, we'll employ them and train them in something that will be useful, some training that will be useful in finding them a job in the future. So it's a quick intervention. If it goes on for years, it becomes a social problem by itself because because you're keeping people on welfare when they should be working. But what is important is that you intervene at a time when you know that this can be resolved. So you've given them some training, so you've helped them along, they've made a little money, some of them will go into something entrepreneurial, some will find jobs, and then you take on another set and you keep going. But what is critical is that there is training. But then that is short term. But then there is, for instance, social security. Social security for the elderly and the disabled. You're always going to have the elderly, you're always going to have the disabled, you're always going to have those who cannot work. So you must work out a way by which those people don't suffer until they die. So some are short term and some are
long term. Lots of people today have also talked about Christians and people within, particularly the young people, getting involved in the question of governance and all. And I'd just like you to also tell us, as young people, what do we really need to do intellectually, emotionally, to be able to take on governance, even from the grassroots levels?
I think first of all, for me, one of the big issues, and that's why I'm so excited about the platform, and I always want to participate in it in whatever way, is that first, there's an attempt to get people to engage the issues. And, the organizers bring together people who they hope can break down those issues in a way that they're digestible to practically anyone who's interested. Now that's important because information is primary. Information is so crucial. I listened to Simon Kolawole as he analyzed the problems, and I was so excited, because he was able to show us that some of the issues that we consider as problematic are not in fact problems, and that they're in fact a subterfuge for not doing anything or for confusing us one way or the other. And I think that's important. I think that when we're informed, when young people are informed about their society, about the real issues, about the real needs, they are better able to engage leadership. If a leader tells you that the reason why we're in the state we are is because we need a new constitution, you can say, no, maybe not. So I think information is crucial. I think young people have to equip themselves like anything else. If you are going to participate in politics, you should equip yourself as you would if you are going to be in banking or whatever else, But just as a person who is engaged on the sidelines, it's just important to pay attention to what is going on around us, just so to be engaged. But if you're going to actually participate, run for office, be in government and all of that, then you really need to be equipped. You really need to be informed. As you would if you were a banker, if you were a doctor, you really need to be equipped. I mean, for instance, a lot of those who spoke today are public intellectuals of one kind or the other, coming from different backgrounds. Simon is a journalist, I'm a lawyer, Obi is an accountant, and Itwa is an economist and all of that, an accountant and all that. So they're coming from different, but we're able to address the questions, sometimes with the benefit of our own background and knowledge, sometimes with acquired experience and knowledge and that kind of stuff. So it's important to educate oneself. Yes, yeah.
Thank you so much, Professor Yemi. It's always such a pleasure to have you.
Thanks
for coming.